Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are all ready for another very fun day over here. We do have Powell coming in. Hopefully I spelled everything right on the thumbnail and the title over here. I decided to sleep in a little bit today. I've been waking up at like 6 a.m. recently, but today I was like, it's Friday. I'll just work out later. I've been waking up really early. So let's see what we get today, team. I don't think I'm going to be trading really at all. Powell's going to be speaking at 11. It's the last month of the year, so it could be a little bit iffy in terms of overall price action. Yesterday, I think we were talking about this specifically with you, Tyler, on the trade that I was looking at going into kind of the end of the stream yesterday, which was something like this, the short here. Never came back up and tested. I actually think it was this. Yeah, I think it was that trade here that I was looking for, but never got there. No trades for me yesterday. So again, I'm not going to trade every single day, but when I do, woo, you guys see those gains over there on Instagram and TikTok. They are phenomenal. So everybody, again, if you guys wouldn't mind, I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. Helps me out a whole lot if you guys hit that like button on the stream. Help spread these streams out to some more people. What else do we have over here this morning? Why is Barr speaking at 3 a.m.? Why would they do that to Barr? That's just rude. You know what, Barr? You're going to go speak at 3 in the morning to these people. They might be overseas or something. ISM manufacturing construction spending at 10 a.m. We have Goolsby speaking at 10, and then Fed Chair Powell speaking at 11, and then Powell speaking at 2. So we have two different Powell speeches today. It's not so for those of you guys that are new, that kind of don't have an understanding of like news and when Powell speaks and things like that, this is not a Fed meeting. There is no interest rate decision. There's no prepared remarks. There's no question and answer session with this. This is just Jerome Powell speaking at conferences. Typically during these times, he says maybe one or two things that flash markets around a little bit, but typically, remember, he's going to save all of the comments that he's going to make that are going to be market moving for the actual meeting, which is not this. So, again, I wouldn't really give it too much weight, but it can mess with price action. And as you guys will see in kind of the back testing area of that video course that I'm releasing to you guys, remember, that's Sunday. Make sure you're ready for the emails and are on the email list. You got to view price in terms of, is it operating in a normal environment, or are there extraneous external causes that are going to cause price to move around, in which the levels are probably not going to be respected. Now, that's going to be an event like a Fed meeting or Powell speaking or what else? Sometimes it's consumer confidence and things like that. So those are things that you guys definitely have to look out for. You signed up for Apex 80% off. It's sick. There you go, man. I mean, there's a 71% off sale right now. I can throw that link to you guys in the live chat. The code is SAVE71 or SAVE NOW. Those are the two codes. So there you guys go. That's the Apex code if you want to use it. Trade some futures over there with them. Get funded, make some money, and fund your own live accounts. All right. This is interesting too, because this is like the first stream that we've done in like probably 3 months where I have the energy drink with me on the stream, and I haven't drank it all. This is usually how I am approaching the gym every morning, not on the stream. So this could be a really, really fun time over here. Oh, you guys are slacking on the like button big time. Oh boy. What do you guys hate me now? I know. I'm sorry for leaving for 2 months. I get it. You guys missed me. I got it. But that doesn't mean you guys have to hate on me. What else is there? Okay, so I was looking a little bit more at the reverse repo stuff last night, and it's starting to make a little bit more sense. So my thoughts on the reverse repo market effectively are as follows. The reverse repo market by itself is not a cause of things that are about to move in the market, but it's a signal that things are starting to move in the right direction. It's not like a causation of things. I was looking at it in terms of the correlation to yields. It's roughly correlated to the 2-year yields, but it's not exact, so you can't really use that. But if you think about it, if the reverse repo market goes to zero, and these banks are not buying these super short-term treasuries, who's going to buy them? If it helps you use Save 80 and it worked, Oh, are we scheming the system right now? All right, guys. So, everybody, if you guys want to use that Apex link I sent you and try to use code SAVE80, maybe you could get 80% off. That's kind of nuts. All right, so maybe you get 80% off now. Dude, Apex is weird. They like do a 90% off sale, then it goes to 71, and then it goes back to 90. It's like, what are they doing? It works for you guys, but I don't know. Daily Taylor, good morning, guys. You need to be pickier with your Titan setups because keep losing trade after trade on the eval. You only take A setups, but the quality of them sometimes isn't the best. That'll happen. I mean, that'll happen with momentum trading setups. The thing is that if you're going to be using that and trading that way, there's a couple of different things you need to keep in mind. And this is how I view most trading is when you have a solid trade, you need to be able to maximize on it. Because depending on where the win rate is and what your backtest shows and what the data actually is, you need to understand how long you need to hold these trades for. That's just the only thing. It's like, well, you go up one, it's like, all right, you're done. If you want to keep trading, that's on you. There's just different ways to skin the cat and approach the market every single day. Try Save 90. It worked during the non-promo period for you before. Oh, guys. All right. So try all those codes for Apex if you want to. Save 71, Save Now, Save 80, Save 90. If you guys want them. If Save 90 works, you can get like a 150K account for like $30, which is insane. But enough on the Apex talk. I know you guys love prop firms. I know you love them. All right, so I'm probably not doing a whole lot here with the US today. I mean, going into Powell, there's really no need to do anything after that pretty big trade this week. I mean, I was kind of hoping that trade that I posted on Instagram and TikTok was going to actually hit at least the first take profit there. I mean, I would have been up if at the first take profit around 6,000. And then, so that trade as a whole, if it hit full take profits, would have been, I think, between 8 and 11,000 would have been that trade. Something like that. So, I think I only escaped with like 3.4K on that one. So, it's all right. You aim for 3-1 on those setups, with raising your stop every time it hits 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. You can do that. You're just gonna open up the opportunity for you to get wicked out more. And here's the other thing, Tyler, is when it depending on price movement, the distances between 1-1, 1-2, 1-3 are going to be either larger or shorter. So if it's larger, which let me think, it's probably gonna be larger on B setups. I think. I don't know. I don't know what it would be, but you got to look at the distances because if it's like a point, it's like, wow, you could easily get wicked out. How many lots do I use? It's not lots, Harsh T. It's contracts with futures. So I trade between 6 and 10 ES contracts per account. Sometimes I'll size it down a little bit more and trade 4 or 5. Like I think the last trade that I posted, not this last one, the one that is like the recent one from this week. I think it's the pinned one on my profile with 125,000 views. I believe that one's with 4 or 5 ES contracts. I was just sizing down going into the holiday week. There was no reason for me to size it up because one, I was already like, the month of November was very good to me. So going into the holiday week, why trade more size? And again, in the back testing, actually, let me explain this to you guys first. So those of you guys that are waiting for that 50% off discount code for the video course this weekend, for the back testing, I talk about this in there too. But for the back test, I use a flat 10 contract size throughout the entire time. So I don't go up, don't go down, nothing. So when the account goes up, I'm not increasing the position size in terms of risk. It's just showing you what you could do. So you're not actually getting the effects of compounding. But if you guys see the gains and what it's actually able to generate over a year, being like insanely strict with it, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is just ridiculous. It's an amazing tool to add to your toolbox if you see them. And then when you not, just trade Titan. Some majors race stops, break even and let the trade go because you feel like you rarely hit the 3-1. It depends. I mean, you could hunt just like 1-2s, your win rate needs to be what? 33%? I mean, you're probably going to hit most of them with Titan doing that. But yeah, harsh T. So that's how it's talked about in the future space. It's not lot sizes. If you were trading like SPX on a Forex broker, then it would be lot sizes. But no, with ES, it's super simple. It's just contracts. Same thing with options, but we talk about that too. So yeah, so going off of that, remember, today is Friday. You guys have until Sunday at like 11:59 a.m. in order to download the free ebook, which is pinned to the top of the live chat, which also gives you access to the video newsletter. And then you guys are all going to get sent that 50% off discount code to the video course. It's super cheap. They're like, if you see like on Instagram and TikTok, these people, what they're charging for their courses, it's like $1,000, $2,000. No. When you guys see what this is priced at, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Exactly. Good morning, SVN team. Let's hear another story. Let me think. 2-to-1s. Tyler, here's the thing. Don't start doing anything until you test it, you know? Like, that's how I work. I don't start doing anything. Like, I didn't start trading this until I tested it for, like, a while. Like, I would sit here. Remember, like, months and months and months ago? Like, I think this was, like, July and August where I would sit here and tell you guys, I'm like, yeah, I'm, like, testing stuff and going through, and I sit here and back testing all weekend. That's what I do. Like, I would just go through this and test all of the months and look at it that way before I even touched it on of an actual account. So like Tyler, what I would recommend, especially, and again, this is one thing that I think you guys got to realize too is some of you guys will see a strategy out there, whether it's Titan, whether it's my stuff, whether it's like this new strategy, whether it's freaking chart patterns, ICT, order flow, supply and demand, anything, and you'll see a couple of trades that work really well, and you'll be like, that's awesome, I want to trade that way, because the human brain is naturally wired to only think about the best case scenario. Because again, think about what we're doing here. $49.99 before the 50% discount. No, it's a little higher than that. So what people are gonna do is they're always gonna think of the best case scenario because we're all here trying to make money. Now, what you should do is sit there and say, the reason for this is that the strategy, and I talk about this a lot in this video series, is it's like there's 3 key pillars of trading, whether you want to talk about as method, mindset, money management, or strategy, risk management, psychology. It's the same thing. But the thing is that what people don't realize is that if your strategy is back tested, you know the risk to reward, you know the win rate, you know what the setup is, your rules are clearly defined, well, it eliminates all of the mistakes of risk management and psychology that are going to be made by beginner traders. But what beginner traders do is they just hop into a strategy without back testing and understanding everything, and then they wonder why they're not making money. Guys, the market and everything we do here is just math. Like, that's how I view it. It is literally just simple mathematics. Whether it's me swinging, whether it's me day trading, it's a lot more complicated in terms of analysis when I'm doing the macro analysis. But I have something coming for you guys too, which is, again, it's going to be wrapped into the swing trading that we're going to do in the end of February, where I'm actually going to be teaching you guys every single thing that I know about how to analyze macro, which is Powell, repos, earnings, discounted cash flow, like DCF models, everything. So all of the stuff that's in my brain that like I know is very complicated for most people, and like we talk about it here a lot, is going to be, I'm just going to give it to you. Now, it's going to take me, which is why I'm saying February, end of February, it's going to take me a while to build out this curriculum. The swing trading part is not. But that's a little hint on what we have coming later. All right, we got 15 minutes until market open here because it's important. Like, I want you guys, the ones that are here, have always shown the willingness to want to learn those things. It's difficult, but it's basically like if you think about like a college curriculum, like everything that I learned in my finance classes, I'll probably teach you all of that too. Cross-triangular arbitrage, how the foreign currency market works, the derivatives markets, algorithmic trade. There's so many different things. Dude, I've learned so much from you. Thanks, brother. No problem, Daily Taylor. Yeah, so we'll do that. That'll come. But it's going to be an all-in-one thing. So we'll do day trading, swing trading, and that stuff. So that's going to be a fun one. But for right now, we've got the video series dropping on Sunday. So make sure you're ready for that. And video newsletter starts this weekend too. But I mean, I'm not really looking for much here. So I was talking to Ralph about this. So I was looking at BABA here, and I remember talking to Ralph about this, and this drop and this slow move up here with declining volume here. What I said is I like BABA fleeps, but I want to see if this is just going to be a nasty bear flag, which it was. So do I use chart patterns for trading? No, because I didn't take that trade. I was just looking at it and saying, all right, well, if that is going to play out and we could see more downside, well, I could get a little bit of a better entry if this thing wants to come lower and lower and lower and lower. I mean, sub 60 would be ideal for me on BABA. I'd love that. I mean, you just close this gap here. If it opens down here, that would be actually you're creating a new one, which is iffy. But I don't hate this thing. I mean, for over the long term. Is the ebook link working for everyone else? Yeah. So here's the deal. On mobile, it's a little iffy. So the thing is with mobile, what happens is that it automatically just. So what it does is when you input your email and what do you call it? When you input your email and name and you click download, it literally just pops up the ebook, so then you're reading it. But if you're on mobile, you have to download it to like your reading list or something. On desktop, you can actually just download it to your computer right away. So if you did it on mobile and you didn't end up getting it, you can always just put a new email in and then do it on desktop, and then you're fine and you have it. But the video series is coming out Sunday. You guys are all getting sent 50% off. So that code is going to be sent at noon Sunday with the link to the video newsletter as well, which we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk a lot about Powell, and I think we might do some reverse repo talk there as well. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk about job openings, ISM services, and then this unemployment report here. So is that non-farm? I don't think that might be non-farm. I don't know though. We'd have to look. Hourly wages, things like that. That's going to be very important next Friday. So we have a lot to talk about in this update this week. Secured your first payout from Apex today. Atta boy, Logan. That's what we like to see, buddy. Good work. All right. Daniel, jeez. All right, guys, keep smacking that like on the way in over here. Helps out a whole lot. Getting some more people onto these streams. We're building them back. There is going to be a time very soon where we're going to have a lot of new people in here, especially if we're doing these video newsletters and we're funneling people in from TikTok and Instagram. So get ready for that. Let's see. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, any tickers that you guys are looking at too, just like call them out. Anything you want me to look for, just let me know. What's Telly doing this morning? Telly's down again. Huh. Interesting. That's a big candle. That's a big boy candle there on the daily coming down after that move above 92, filling this gap. I'd love it back up here, 97. That's probably when we're going to see, or I'm going to see the leaps really start moving. That's what I'm expecting. They need to be educated on the ankles. I mean, they will end up understanding what the ankle stuff is, but they're gonna be really confused. Looking at Google. Oh, you can take a look at Google. Ugh. Ugh. That thing barely had any green 15-minute candles yesterday. How's this daily chart look? Ha 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 ha. I mean, it was just cooking here. I don't really like much on that. Why do I have this? That makes no sense. Yeah, I would do something like this. I don't know. I mean, like, you can use the day trading strategy that I showed you guys on the daily time frame. I've done it a few times with TLT and Palantir, and they both worked really well. It's just I haven't back tested it enough on that one. It's hard to get all that data in there. So I like my swing trading strategy better than using my day trading strategy on the longer time frame. Tiger on the daily, little target. See, I feel like we were talking about this one. The flip. The earnings flip here. It's not. I wouldn't trade something like Target, if that makes sense, for the earnings strategy, or for basically the breakout strategy. Most of them recently have looked like this. PayPal. Like stocks that prove that they can move. Like this was the earnings flip on PayPal. Like this thing, knife, flips the earnings, consolidates a little bit in here, really tightens up here. This is where I bought. Boom, 600% there. So we're getting a lot of news coming through the feed. What's that? Yeah, nothing really that we need to worry about here on the news feed. Mara up nicely a little bit this morning here, up 1.92%. I'm out of the vast majority of that position, so we'll see what happens with there. Chad, what's up, buddy? Thank you as well, SB. Everything I've learned about the markets from you and Gabe have 4 more right behind it. There you go, man. Dude, Gabe is a monster in the market. A monster. I was talking to him a few days ago, and he was just like, yeah, dude, this is just ridiculous. And I was like, I know, I got to show you some of the fib stuff. And he's like, I know. I'm like, yeah, it's like. But it's probably going to take a while, because remember how long I was trying to get Gabe to trade futures with me? I was like, come on, do it. It's fun. It's so much fun. And he was like, nah, I don't want to. And I was like, no, you're going to love it. It was like the same thing with options. Like you gotta just I just have to bother him for like 6 months about it. And then eventually he'll be like, all right, fine. I'll take a look. And then he'll look at it, and then he like puts his own spin on it and then just starts making boatloads of money. The one thing I don't think I'm gonna be able to get him to do with me is swing. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. We did it one time. Do you remember what the one time was? Where Gabe and I swung together? Does anybody know? This is an interesting. Do you guys remember the one time? I believe it only happened once that Gabe and I swung together. I'll show you it. If anybody gets it, I mean, we'll talk about it. I was like, dude. I was like, yeah, it was NVIDIA. So, remember the day that Gabe made I think it was like 280,000? Yeah, it was like, yeah, dude. I looked at him, it was NVIDIA. And I looked at him the next day and I go, bro, you did what? I was like, bro, all right, I gotta not say things sometimes because I don't want you to just be like, screw it, I'm throwing 6 figures at things. I was like, damn, bro. Because I remember I made 68% on that trade because I had like 2 or 3 months to expiration. And he was just like, I think he either bought weeklies or the next week. It just crushed it. I'll show you where it was. I gotta find it. It was like 260. I believe it. Where is it? No. It was here. It was this day right here. April. It was this. So we bought it, yeah, so we bought it off of here and then ripped it right back up to the top of this range. 252,000. Dude, I know. I was like, you're a monster. I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't tell you the swings. because if this is gonna be the way it goes, I don't want to get a phone call that's like, dude, it's a bad day today, and I'm like, oh no, what happened? This one was great though. This one, because I still have this zone up here. We're just chopping around and bing. That was a good one, bro. That was a fun one. What did we have up here? Baba? Yeah, that was a cool one. That's not all he wants to do? No. I don't think that's all he wants to do. I think he's just doing it for you guys. Swinging's fun. It's funny. I day traded options twice this week, and I haven't done that in so long. They were both like 50%ers on SPX, which was great. Guys, also, this is wild. We're 230 followers away on Instagram from 10K. That's awesome. We're almost there. We are almost at the first milestone, and then we're going to hit 100K next year. For sure. Like, we are 1,000% hitting 100K next year. We went from like 1,000 followers to like 10K in like 2 months. TikTok's growing too. The Titans with the swing? Yeah, those are, I think that's what he was doing with them. He posted one on Twitter. I think it was Baba, wasn't it? Like, I'm looking at it. It's just not time yet for Baba. This is not, this whole chart here is not going to follow my typical swing trading strategy. This is more just waiting for this thing to get exhausted to the downside, which it's not yet. This one was perfect, though, so far. It just didn't get the follow-through that I necessarily wanted yet. Are we going to see the market tank more? Well, it depends on what Powell says at 11 and 2 p.m. Yeah, Logan doesn't use time. Logan uses what? Like thigh gap, the BJ key levels, and that's it, right? That's what you use? Something like that. I mean, that works. It's just momentum. That's all it is. Just momentum. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, keep smacking that like on the way in. We're cracking 100 viewers over here. What signals am I using? Tyler, you know, I'm not using, I don't need any, the way that the swing trading strategy works is you're just looking at the chart, watching the volume, watching the consolidation, and then looking at the clearly defined range to break above. That's in the free ebook there too. Again, there's nuances to it, but which we will talk about later. Oh, he's asking Logan. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, you guys all know what I'm doing. Let's see. But yeah, before market open, I'll throw the link to the ebook and the newsletter in here. Remember, make sure that you guys are on there. Oops. Make sure that you guys are on there before Sunday if you want the ebook, the video newsletter that we're doing on Sunday. We're going to be streaming Sunday at 2 p.m. And then getting that 50% off discount code to the video course that I have dropping for you guys. Yeah, I know he's talking to you. You know, I just feel like I should be the center of attention here because, you know, it kind of makes sense. Like, you guys are talking to yourselves in the live chat and leaving me out of it. So, like, I don't know. Kansas. What happened in Kansas? You want me to tell you? I literally have told you guys so many times what happened in Kansas. I don't even know why we went. We literally went there because, like, this one lady I can't even say it on the stream now. This one lady just wanted to meet us, and we didn't know. And we're just sitting there, just, like, in this, like, house, just like, what are we doing here? We just started talking about options trading. It was like, that's what we did. Like, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. We went to the casino one time, and that was it. Like, we didn't do anything. Spoken like a true swinger. All he wants to do is futures now? Yeah, futures are awesome, dude. Futures are awesome. Ding, ding, ding. The market is open. Let's see what we get here. So what happened? Well, I did have to run away from somebody at one point. That was an interesting scenario. I had to like run to make sure I wasn't gonna get snatched and put into an interesting situation. But other than that, had fun, I guess. No, it was weird. People are weird. Right as I started meeting people, I was like, one person in particular, I was like, this dude's weird. There's something up here. I was like, there's something wrong. My spidey senses are tingling. And I was just like, all right. Like, let me home. Can I go home yet? I was just hanging out with Gabe. And I was just like, hey, man, this is kind of weird. He was like, I know, this is weird. What are we doing here? He's like, I don't know. Let's see. All right. Market's not doing much here. Telly's down. Baba's still selling. Good. Sell, 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 sell. Just get slaughtered here. That's a nasty bear flag trade. I wouldn't touch that, but... Oh, hi, Mara. Up 3% here. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Mara. What are those looking like now? Nothing. Nothing good there. Those are up like 20% here. I mean, I'm out of the vast majority of it at 70%, so the remainder of them are still kicking around up like 20. Is my futures account funded by you? One of them is. Let's see. Let's see. I might like load like $5,000 into one and then just like degen it, you know? Just like take some like challenge account, like do a little challenge account on it for like a month and just see what I can do. What does Bitcoin look like for you on the higher time frame? That's a good question. I mean, it's probably, I do look at it a decent amount when I'm trading Mara. I mean, on the daily, it's just chugging along here. So this isn't something, this looks like Target. So I wouldn't buy this. This is not something that I would be like, oh, I'm buying this on a break to the upside, because what are you looking at here? It's just slowly and just gradually trending up here. The Mara break was a lot better. So, which is typically going to happen when Bitcoin starts to get moving. This I wouldn't really play around with all that much. This would really not fit what I like to trade there. Let me see if I can find an example of one. I don't really see one anywhere. Yeah, no. This is good here. I like this. This I would have traded. Tight, 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 tight. Boom. Oh, this is one of the Mara trades here. This is this. This is not April, but this is May, so it's right in here. Bing, 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 boop. That's basically what this is. Or it's this. Yeah, this is the April trade. So when you match it up here, you see this move, this consolidation, and then this rocket up. That's aligning exactly with... Where is it? Where is he? It's like in here somewhere. Yeah, it's like this. All right. ES slipping a little. So I think the bottom is in for Bitcoin. Like at 15,000? Probably. Just thinking about funding your account versus going to the prop firm. Yeah, I mean, you can if you want to. I mean, if you have enough money to fund it and it's not like, it depends on what situation that you're in financially. I don't know. So for most people, going the prop firm route and then using the payouts to then fund a live account is the way to go. That's usually the smart move. So yeah, Apex, we were talking about this earlier. Like, apparently you guys can, like, beat the system. They're having that 71% off sale right now, but, like, apparently you guys are using, like, save 80, save 90, and you're still getting 80 and 90% off. So if you guys want to try it, go for it. People aren't happy about the Cybertruck range, nor are they happy about the pricing of it. Tesla's probably not going to have a lot of fun on this. Yeah, down 3% here. So, I mean, this would have made a lot of sense to me in here, breaking above here, playing it up to here. That would have been a decent one. But again, no follow through coming into the event, and I probably wouldn't have traded that anyway with all the news surrounding Tessie. Mara not doing a whole lot here. ES coming to the downside. We've got about an hour. Wow, it's only 5 minutes into the market here. I feel like we've been here forever. Man. All right, let's see. Dude, we are skyrocketing on Instagram right now and TikTok. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the love that you guys are showing me on there. That's awesome. Tesla to lose money on every Cybertruck for like 10 years. Yeah, I don't know, man. Elon, I mean, the thing with Elon is that he's so incredibly intelligent, but he's almost too logical. So, like, with people like Elon, logically, again, I've never spoken to him. I've watched his stuff a lot of times. I have no relationship with Elon, so I don't know. This is just me speculating. I almost think that he's too logical and discounts the overall influence and the necessary need for other large companies to support him. Now, does he really care? Then becomes the question. That's the main question there, is does he actually care? Now, Elon, this is the issue. Elon, in his current position, has a responsibility to maximize shareholder value for Tesla holders. That's a problem, because when you see him doing what he's doing with X, and talking nonsense to Bob Iger and all of these other companies, and seeing what he's doing on Twitter, it's like, well, no matter what you think about what he's doing there, his goal is, and his mandate should be, to maximize shareholder value. So it's not a conversation about whether what he's doing in the problems that he's facing are either good, bad. That's a whole separate conversation for you guys to talk about, and we're probably not going to do that on the stream. But when you see it, it's like, well, he's got to be careful. Because him personally, I don't think he really cares about money. If Tesla just licensed their self-driving tech to legacy car manufacturers when they make more money, I think if they get full robotaxi, yes. But in its current state, no. I would have to look at it. So, like, you look at him and you're like, oh, he's like the guy, he's for the people. It's like, great, cool. But, like, you've seen the SEC go after him before. Everybody's seen that. Where they tried to, I think it was, they weren't going to allow Tesla to get the funding that it needed or something like that in California. And it's like, they already don't necessarily like the guy. So, who knows? Well, nothing too crazy happening here right now. ECB's Villeroy, disinflation is even faster than expected. Also, did you guys see Biden's tweet yesterday? I think it was yesterday, where he said, like, it's time to lower prices or something. He was like, stop price gouging. So there's two parts of this. One, which I honestly don't think he actually said this. It's somebody tweeting, but there's two problems with this. One, if you're a corporation and we all go into, like, what we've seen as like a giant inflationary environment. You make valid points, but I love what he's doing. He's stirring the pot. Right. Well, that's the separate conversation. That's exactly, like, it's different. Very, very, very different. What I'm saying is that, and then we'll talk about this, the inflation, disinflation, deflation point here. What I'm saying is that's a whole separate conversation. What I'm saying is that could there be then additional issues by him not acting in his shareholders' best interest by doing what he's doing, regardless of what the outcomes that he or the mass or the masses think. A great example of this is Rumble. Rumble is a free speech platform, whether you like that or not. Remember, we've seen companies like Target, Budweiser, Bud Light, all of those get hammered when they start to do when they start to put the politics into their either marketing or something. So you would then expect that if you went on the other side, you could see the opposite effect of people saying, "Oh, cool, we like all of these, the free speech, all of that stuff," so then they're gonna buy it. But that's not what happens. It's almost like if you start doing that type of marketing or start speaking that way as an organization, everybody kind of backs off. Like if you look at the share price of Rumble, it's in the toilet. Why? Well, I don't think their company is bad. I don't think their earnings are terrible. I actually think that they're showing a lot of growth. But you could view it that way and say, Bidenomics, yeah, I guess, but you could the problem is it's not with Biden. The inflation problem is not a Biden problem. It's a Bush, Obama, Trump. It's an everybody problem because everybody just said, "Oh, let's just go print money." When you give, I think was it Nixon? Was it Nixon or Reagan? Who took us off the gold standard? Anybody know that? Then we'll talk more about the disinflation, deflation thing. And was it Nixon or Reagan? Or I'm just completely wrong on who took us off the gold standard. Anybody know? Let's see. Does anybody know the answer to this? I could be completely wrong. Or I thought it was Nixon or Reagan. It was Nixon? Okay. So, when you do that, all of the money then in the world after that event then becomes fake. It is not real due to fractional reserve banking. It was Nixon? Thank you, guys. The money is... So, when you hear, somebody you-know-who say money's not real, Mara's up 5%. Ooh! There we go. That's nice. So when you hear people say money's not real, this is what they actually mean. When you're allowed to lend all this money and do all of these things and the government's allowed to print as much money as they want, nobody actually has the money that they think they do. Jeremy, what's up, man? So nobody actually has the money that they think they do. And what happens is that you're signing yourself up for persistent inflation, and it will never end. Sometimes you'll have inflation at 8% in the year. Sometimes it'll be 2%, but it'll always go up. So what do you have to do? And then what happens? So this is I was hearing somebody talk about this the other day. It was Roosevelt. All right, well, hold on now. that's a bit different. Whatever, whoever it was. What you then do is then you force people to own assets. Okay? The winners have to own assets. Does everybody have the ability to own assets? No. If you're living below the poverty line in the United States, you are not going to be able to own assets. It's going to be very difficult for you to put any money aside, any meaningful amount of money aside, to then own assets that are going to benefit with inflation. So you're only focused on your wages, which are not going to increase with inflation, as we've seen time and time and time and time again. But then, okay, let's just think about in 1932. Okay, well, thanks. Then I'm wrong. That's fine, though. It's the overall issue of getting taken off the gold standard. So whoever it was, cool. But then, with all of the people that then are able to buy assets, you're then saying to go and effectively gamble in a market that you don't understand. You're taking bets on companies in a market in which the vast majority of people have no understanding of how it works. Okay. So you have two options. You either leave your money in cash, which is effectively losing money every single year because you're not going to beat inflation, or go out and gamble in the market effectively and say, I hope the whole entire financial system doesn't go kaput. So then what do you have? You have money flowing all over the place, and it's just going, it's just like cycle. And then you get into situations like 2020, where it's boom, big money printing. So the whole entire system is just completely screwed up. Because you're going to, like, guys, I have a really good understanding of markets, but there are people that know way more than I do. Do I have access to a lot of them to learn more? Yeah, I can just call them and say, I have a question about this or things like that, but the people don't. So you're just saying, take your money and then gamble with it. But then, here's the... okay, so then we get to the next point, and this is going to wrap it up. Remember how we were talking about the debt is financed by the spending itself? When spending happens, what happens? Anytime a dollar is spent, it becomes somebody else's salary. Okay, so you make money from your salary, then you go spend it on goods and services, and then that becomes somebody else's salary. All right, then what happens? Well, the government is just taxing it back and forth. You get taxed, you spend it, you get taxed again, you get taxed, the person that takes it as a salary gets taxed again, but the most important one is shareholder value. As that goes up, with inflation and people sell, does the government really care if it's a 20% long-term capital gains tax or 15%? Not really, because if the long-term capital gains tax goes to 15%, people are still going to make lots of money and then give it back to the government anyway. So the debt that caused the problem in the first place, the government spending, is financed by the spending itself. So it's just a cycle of effectively nonsense. And that's why, like, in that earlier statement, I was like, it's not real. It technically isn't real. The number, it's like, if the bank just goes under one day, it's like, oops. Is that going to happen? Probably not. But these are interesting things to know. Federal Reserve banking system said to require inflation, but I wonder if that's also just a mechanism to continue to earn money off our backs. No. It's not that they need inflation. Is that inflation is inevitable. Like, people just accept the fact that, like, your grandparents will be like, when I was a kid, it used to cost 10 cents for a carton of milk. And they're like, and then now it's like, what, $3 or something? And people are just like, that's just the way it goes. It's like, but why? Why does it work that way? It also kind of goes back to the history of, like, lending money too, and like how interest works. It's pretty cool. But going back to what we were talking about on the let's check Mara. Mara. There we go. Mara ripping here. What are we up on these now? 73% on those Maras again. Nice. So let's talk about the, so now that we've talked about kind of inflation and how it's not going to go away, let's think about the statement that was made from, isn't that the argument made from trickle-down economics? It's actually trickle up. Like, it's not, the trickle-down economics is not, it doesn't, like, it's a theory, but it doesn't work. It doesn't trickle down. It always trickles up. Because, all right, you guys are getting me on all sorts of tangents here. Think about what happened in 2020. Where did the money go? Trickle-down economics is nonsense. You gave money to all of the people that needed it, but where did it go? Where did it end up? In the banks, in corporate earnings. That's where it went. So it doesn't trickle down, it trickles up. You would also expect, here's another last point on this. With economic theory in general, as a country gets more developed, you would expect costs to go down. Why? Technological advances and more efficiency. If 1 year it costs you $1 to produce a widget, and then next year you have a new technology that you can be 50% more efficient in producing that widget, well, costs can go down because you can produce a lot more of them. In developing countries and like superpowers and countries with the most technology, you would logically expect prices to go down, but they don't. Why? Because it's not backed by anything. Like Mara is up 7% here. What are these contracts up right now? 81%? Not bad. All right, so now we know that inflation is persistent and will not go away. Why? Because of what we just talked about. All right, so now here's why that message from Biden makes no sense. Biden's Twitter account, let's just say. It's probably not him. When he says that corporations should stop charging so much money for things, well, remember, as they get more efficient, the prices should go down anyway, but they don't. Okay, so that's kind of checked off there that's not going to happen. But the first thing is that if you own a business and you say, let's say you're charging $5 for a product. You mean rich people won't share their money with poor people? That's crazy talk. It's not that. That's not what it is. It's not wealthy people not sharing. It's wealthy people having the ability to take advantage of the system in the way that some other people don't because of the situation that they're in. It's not that they're not sharing. It's that even if they did, it's still going back to them anyway. And we just saw a great example of that in 2020. The government gave everybody, however much money, and where did it go? Well, some of it did go into markets, which was a very interesting thing to see. But again, that's just going to, it just goes up. It always goes up. There's no trickle down. Okay, so the first thing, going back here, I got to stop reading the chat so I don't get distracted. So, if you're a company and you can charge $5 for a product and then all of a sudden you start charging $8 and the demand is still there, and then overall inflation starts to back off or increase at a slower rate. That is disinflation, not deflation. How would it make any logical sense for you to ever decrease prices if you know that the demand is there at a new higher price? It's not price gouging. It's supply and demand. Okay. The second thing is the part of what I just said. If the inflation number goes from 8% to 3 point whatever, that doesn't mean that prices are going down. It means that they're accelerating at a slower rate. They're still going up. It's just going up slower. It has to do with this. It's acceleration. If you think about it as the integral, it's like in calculus, it's just accelerating slower, which I feel like that might go over some of your guys' heads. But just think about it as like, instead of the price going up 6% per year, it's going up 2%. Okay, how does that make any sense for prices to go down? It doesn't at all, actually. That's disinflation. Deflation is when prices go down. So when a statement is made by that, not calculus. So when a statement is made like that, it's like, and I made this point the other day, and I was hearing about this. I don't know if I made it to you guys, but to somebody else I did. I definitely was talking about this. Maybe it was to Ralph or something. That the way that the government is set up in terms of some of the most important industries and regulations surrounding them, AI is a great example with these large learning models. All right, so you have a 40-year-old career politician who's in Congress, or whatever, and you're now tasking them with creating effective regulation for some of the most advanced technological products that we've ever seen in the human race ever. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense, does it, now? Now, they have taken steps in the right direction where you see Sam Altman coming and testifying before all of these different government committees and things like that, so they can get a better insight into what to do with these new technological advances that are coming out that are going to go way over everybody's head, including mine. I don't know how large language models work. Ralph does, but Ralph's probably one of the only ones in here that knows. So, like, you have to be humble enough to say, I don't know this. Somebody come help us. We just covered a lot of stuff there. Jeez, man. All right, 88% of the Mara is looking good. Oh, my God. We are on our way to 10,000 followers on Instagram, team. We are so close. We might hit it before, what do you call it? But, yeah. So that's kind of the gist of what's going on there. So I wanted to give you guys a little background into they work on magic. No. Don't be saying that they're doing magic. That's never ends well for anybody. All right, let's see. Because then once they figure out how to do the trick, it's over. Magic is just sleight of hand. Or really good perceptive skills. Like, mentalists are really cool. But yeah, guys. So, again, remember, Sunday is a big day for you guys. We have the video newsletter going out where we're going to talk a lot more about some of these concepts here and what you guys need to look out for next week. So here's the link to the newsletter as well. So you guys get the video newsletter there through email. So make sure you guys are checking your emails. You also get the free trading ebook. And this weekend, you're getting that 50% off discount code to the video course that is dropping at noon. So get ready for that. That's the link there. It's also pinned to the top of the live chat if you guys want to come in there. And either if you don't want to use the 50% off code, that's fine. If you want to just come in and watch those streams every Sunday that we're going to be doing instead of the write-up that I've been doing, that's perfectly fine too. Tesla bounce today? I mean, I would almost assume not. We're also an hour away from Powell speaking. So this is Tesla here. It is bouncing up a little on the 15 here. I'm not touching this, especially with all the news surround. Mara! Thank you. $85% on those here. Those are good. 87%. Looking good. Christopher, no. No. Separate thing. I answered that yesterday. Let's see. Scar, what's up, buddy? How you doing? All right. Mara up 7.5% today. That's what I like to see. I want it up here. Catch a live stream? Well, this is like the fourth one that we've done in like 2 months. Okay. No link there? Well, type in it's shortthevix.info is the URL. Pepe, can you help me? It's just shortthevix.info is the link to the newsletter and the ebook. Maro, you should be already on it. I believe you already follow me on Instagram. It's the same one that's over on Instagram. Yeah, we can stay live a little longer today. I'm not trading any of this before Powell. Not for me. Let's see. Oh, also, I'll put this. Thank you, Pepe. So I'll put an announcement about this on my story as well on Instagram. But you didn't get it last week. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, there it is. If you guys don't get the email this week, please don't send me a bunch of messages until you check your spam. It takes about 5 minutes for all the emails to go out, 5 or 10 minutes. So at 12:10, they should all be out. If not, and you don't see it in your inbox or in spam, shoot me a message. I'll send you the link to the live stream and the discount code. Data in 30 seconds? Yeah, it's like, what is it? It's, Oh, yeah, it is ISM. Construction spending, and Goolsby starts talking there. Yeah, so there you guys go. All right, that's data. Let's see. In ankles too for our troubles. Guys, I'm not sending you pictures of my feet on the email list. Thanks very much. That's not what we do around here. Yeah, I enjoyed the book, man. Left you wanting more? Thank you, Daily Taylor. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, the video course goes over everything on the day trading portion of it. Everything. The back testing's the most important part of it. I won't be able to get the November backtest done before Sunday. I will do it next week. So what'll happen is that I will then add the November backtest to it, and send you, and then you guys will have access to it the following week or whenever I upload it to the course there. Mara hunting 13 here. Oh my lord. Look at that entry here of 1066. Thank you. 96% on the Maras. Thank you very much. Yeah, we've been talking about this thing a lot in the newsletter. Same thing with the 600% PayPal. We were talking about a firm for 2 weeks, and that thing was up. Last time I looked, 35% since I've been talking about it. The options were, that was a multi-thousand percenter, and I'm disappointed I wasn't able to capitalize on that one. Same with the DraftKings. That was another nasty one. I really just traded the PayPal and the Mara. But the DraftKings and the Affirm was probably the best trade that I've called out on the newsletter so far. It was great. Absolutely awesome. All right, if Mara, I need a price alert here. Yeah, I need to set a price alert up there. $13.92. Yeah, that's when I'll sell some more. Donnie, good luck with that, bud. Good luck. All right. TLT boomed? Yeah. Oh, wait, that's Tesla. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on, let me check the news feed. That's really interesting here. Hold on. "13 minutes ago, traders fully priced in 125 basis points of ECB interest rate cuts in 2024. That could be it. Ralph, I also just saw what you sent me. I think didn't I send something about this to you? The 0 DTE on everything? I would expect that to be good for TLT. That's what I would expect. Just add more volatility. You're just adding fuel to the fire. So like if it starts to go, it'll probably really go. Yeah, thanks Reaper. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, you guys know the deal with it. It's gonna take a while. All right, let's see. Mara. Printing, man. Printing on Mara. Feds Gooby, we're on track to 2% inflation. That's all right. That's what it is. So if we're on track, 106% on the Mara. Putting that on my Instagram story right now. There we go. All right. What do we got here? All right, man. ES popping up a little bit there. We could have some really interesting moves headed into next week if we hold here today. If Powell doesn't absolutely capitulate the market here, which I don't think he's going to. I don't think there's... Who knows, though? You never know with Powell. TLT holding. Merritt's just settling in around 13 there. That's Bitcoin, not really doing anything crazy. Let's see. Let's see here. What do we got? Whoa. Another eval pass. Atta boy, Kenny. There you go. There you go. All right, cool. Doesn't look like that's that far away, but that's like 80-something cents to get up there on Mara. 86 cents, I think. Let's see. What else we got? Top of rate hikes maybe turning dovish. That's what I think too, man. I mean, we've expected this for a while. A lot of people were trying to buy TLT at 100. I said that was the wrong move for a lot of people, and like that was me kind of going against a lot of the famous money managers on Twitter over there. I disagreed with them, and again, I mean, I was correct this time. What's up with Baba? No bottom. Good. Keep selling. Go lower. Go way lower. Go down more. Go to like 65 or something. I want it as low as possible. Oh yeah, again guys, for those of you guys that have filtered in here, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, just helps out a whole lot. Just spreading these streams out to some more people makes it easier for you guys to find these streams when we do them every day now. It'd be nice to hit 100 before we leave off. You're 35 away. There's definitely enough people in here to do it. Mara just pushing. New high there. What are those up now? 111% on the Mara. Nice. Crushing. Crushing, dude. There goes TLT coming up again. These contracts on Merit don't expire for a while, too. A couple weeks. How would you swing Baba on the daily? I'd buy. I'm hunting leaps. For Baba, I'm looking at leaps. But I don't know. Again, it's not. It hasn't shown any signs of coming up for air. I got to do a little bit more analysis on what's going on in the Chinese market and specifically what's going on with Baba, and then I'd make a better decision. But the way that the chart looks now, I mean, just selling like that, it's not... Baba is not going to completely fail, in my opinion. So it's just offering decent prices. Here's the problem that I see with it. The market at some point is going to go... This is probably where I would start to snag Baba. Market's going to go into a pullback period at some point, and Baba is going to be part of that. That could be the final sell and then comes back up with the market. That's kind of my understanding. I would not want to buy something that has been selling off so aggressively as the market's been pumping when the market could easily start to pull back and push it even lower. So you got to wait for them to come back in line with each other again, which could be... It's hard for me to do the hand motions of it, but it's like they're down, up, down, further down, and then back up together. That's kind of what I'm expecting potentially to happen there. Who knows? That's probably gonna be a next year trade for me. Let's see. Mara just teetering here, not doing much. ES flashing around. We got 50 minutes till Powell. Let's see here. Tally, new highs. Tally! I mean, I'd love to see it back above 92 to close off the week. That would be sweet. That'd be sweet. The people in my personal life that I told to buy TMF around 4 are crushing it. I'm not. My TLT well, that's not true. I had June 100s that I sold for like 80%. That was a pretty big position off of 82 that I just then rolled into the further out ones. So, I mean, still made a bunch of money on TLT so far. The next Junes were more of a technical play. But the further out ones are more the macro play. So was able to raise some more cash for the macro play, which I'm fine with. If those are gonna lag and then catch later, that's perfectly okay with me. But it is very strange to me that the options on the Leafs have not gone up after like a almost $9-10 move up. They have a little, but nothing crazy. They should be up like 50%, and they're not. Just looking at deltas and theta, like they should be up a lot more. Like I'd be up more probably if I just bought the darn shares. Oh, let's see. Which I really wanted to throw 6 figs at TMF, but I didn't. It's whatever though. Mara. Whoa, Nelly. 118% on those now. Those are great. You guys have been... guys, this is just straight newsletter stuff right there. All for free. So... TMF up 24% since you mentioned it a while back. It's up more. I think it should be up a lot more. We talked about TMF when so it's off the low. It should be the same chart here. It was off this low. So it was in here. So we can draw it randomly from somewhere. It's probably a lot more. Yeah, it's up 32% since we talked about it. We were talking about this around 4. Around 4, and now it's at 525. Is what it is. Coin reject or blow. Coin's at 130? That's nuts. That's a bit nuts there, guys. Coin at 130 is kind of crazy. Mara's still got to catch up. I want to see Mara at 15. That's what I want. I want to see Mara at 15. 126% on the Maras. 128, 130. Cruising, man. Cruising, cruising, cruising. That's what we like to see. That's TMF. I want TLT back here. Okay. Again, that's kind of my area here to take off more Mara. 1392. See what happens. Let's see. Oh, we're 26 likes away from 100. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Shout out to you guys coming back in here, watching the streams. I mean, we went through a lot today. We had like a solid 25, 30-minute lesson there. So if you guys missed it, go back. That's a very, very important macroeconomic lesson about money, interest rates, inflation, stuff like that. But it is 10:15, everybody, so I am going to head out here. Remember, that link at the top of the live chat, I mean, it's not a link, it's just shortthevix.info is the website URL for you guys to get the free video newsletter, free ebook. And then this weekend, you guys are going to get that 50% off code to the new video course. So don't miss that, because I'm only gonna be sending out that code once, maybe twice. So, yeah, that's it. For those of you guys that want the want Apex accounts, you guys, link in the description if you guys want to do that. Use code. There's so many codes. Use code SAVE71 or try SAVE80, Save Now, or SAVE90, and just see if they work. So, team, I will see you guys later. Be sure to hit that like button on the way out. I will see you guys all, hopefully, on the Sunday stream. Remember, if you somehow don't get the link and it's not in your spam, which it will be, you will probably all get the email. Shoot me a message on Twitter or Instagram. I will send you the link to the stream and the code, and we will be good to go. So, team, I will see you later. Peace.